Princess Leonor stuns Copenhagen, Queen Margrethe II greets her crown Denmark. A palace, a queen, centuries of Danish tradition, but then, an unexpected arrival. Because Copenhagen has just been stunned by a Spanish princess. It was a scene no one could have fully predicted. Princess Leonor of Spain, heir to the Spanish throne, stepping onto Danish soil and into the heart of Copenhagen. Crowds lined the streets. Cameras flashed. But what truly set the moment apart was not just her elegance, it was the warm, almost maternal greeting from none other than Queen Margrethe II herself. For a city accustomed to royal ceremony, this felt different. This was not just a diplomatic visit. This was history unfolding before the eyes of Denmark, Spain, and the world. Why did this moment matter so much? To understand, we must first understand the figures at the center of it. Princess Leonor, just 19 years old, but already carrying the weight of a nation. Crowned not yet in jewels but in expectation. Every step she takes, every word she speaks, is measured against her future role as Spain's first queen regnant in centuries. Her presence is not simply ceremonial, it is symbolic. She is Spain's future, walking in the present. And then, Queen Margrethe II of Denmark. A monarch whose reign has spanned over 5 decades. Known for her intellect, her artistry, and above all, her fierce devotion to her people and her crown. At 85, she is one of Europe's most respected sovereigns. And yet, in that moment of greeting Leonor, there was no stiffness, no cold protocol. There was warmth. There was recognition. There was legacy acknowledging legacy. But why Copenhagen? Why now? The whispers began months earlier, as reports of a deepening bond between Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, Denmark's heir, trickled into the press. At first, dismissed as mere speculation. Then, spoken of in hushed tones across Europe's palaces. And now, with Leonor standing in Copenhagen, the whispers transform into near certainty. Something greater is at play. Picture the moment. Leonor stepping gracefully from her car, dressed not for excess but for quiet magnificence. A soft wave to the Danish crowd, whose cheers rise like a tide. Cameras catching every glance, every smile. Then, Queen Margrethe, arriving with regal composure, yet eyes softened, a smile breaking into warmth. She extends her hand, then draws Leonor in closer than expected. A symbolic gesture. A sign of welcome. A sign of approval. The crowd feels it. The press feels it. This is more than formality. This is family. And yet, curiosity stirs. Was this purely ceremonial, or was Queen Margrethe sending a message? Was this her way of signaling to Denmark, to Spain, and to Europe at large, that she welcomes not only Leonor as a guest, but perhaps Leonor as part of Denmark's future? The symbolism is unmistakable. Copenhagen has seen countless royal visits, yet few have carried such emotional weight. For Leonor to be greeted so personally by Margrethe is no small matter. Danish tradition is careful, precise. Yet here, we saw something that broke through protocol and spoke directly to the heart. And so we ask, what does this mean for Prince Christian? For Denmark's monarchy? For Spain's crown? The possibilities are tantalizing. Imagine, one day, the union of Leonor and Christian, 2 heirs, 2 nations, 2 thrones connected by love and legacy. Such a union would not merely be a marriage. It would be a bridge. A bond across borders. A renewal of Europe's oldest tradition, alliances forged not by treaties but by hearts. But beyond politics, beyond dynasties, lies the human story. Leonor, a young woman growing into her role, balancing public expectation with personal emotion. Christian, walking the same tightrope of duty and self. And Queen Margrethe, the matriarch, whose every word and gesture now carries even more significance as her grandson's future takes shape. Those who were there describe the greeting as intimate, unexpectedly emotional, and even historic. Some saw tears in the eyes of spectators. Others noticed the way Leonor bowed her head slightly, not out of submission, but out of respect, signaling that she understood the gravity of the moment. And yet, this is only the beginning. What conversations took place behind palace walls that day? Did Queen Margrethe, in private, share her hopes with Leonor? Did she, perhaps, offer wisdom drawn from her own reign, her own struggles balancing love, family, and the crown? Did Leonor confide in her, seeking guidance from a queen who has lived the very life Leonor now prepares to embrace? The world may never know those words. But what we do know is this: Copenhagen will never forget that day. Nor will Spain. Nor will the watching world. Already, speculation runs wild. Newspapers across Europe ask, is this the soft launch of a future engagement? Is Margrethe's gesture a sign that she not only approves, but actively blesses the path her grandson is taking? Is this the merging of two royal bloodlines that will redefine Europe's future? But perhaps the real story lies in the emotion of the moment. Two generations of royalty, one nearing the twilight of her reign, one just stepping into the dawn of hers, meeting in a city steeped in tradition, yet alive with possibility. One queen acknowledging a future queen. One nation welcoming another. And so, as Leonor left Copenhagen that evening, escorted with dignity, the streets still buzzing with excitement, the question hung in the air: was this a visit, or was this the beginning of something far greater? Time will tell. But for now, one truth remains clear. Princess Leonor stunned Copenhagen, not just with her presence, but with the weight of what her presence means. And Queen Margrethe's greeting was not just formality. It was history. The cameras may have captured the smiles, the handshakes, the elegance. But what they truly captured was something deeper: the heartbeat of monarchy itself, alive, breathing, evolving, before our very eyes. And when future generations look back on this day, they may not see it as just another royal visit. They may see it as the moment when two paths, two destinies, and two nations first intertwined. Princess Leonor, Queen Margrethe II, Copenhagen. A greeting that will echo through history.